for you. We are going to be running some training. So for AAO, we have members who form part of the unit, and we run training, and we are running training today. So I am going to live stream it as a way to share the information. Just give me a second. There it is. Didn't look right. Nope. That's not the right one. Did that again. It's not the one I clicked on. Anyway, ARMA. Lies. Let's try that again. Training 101. Join the right server. Hey, Michael.
Hello.
Hello.
You got here early.
I did get here early. Is that all right?
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, I was just setting it up.
Nice.
It's vanilla. I just chuck it straight down in Game Master.
And Michael, I'm live streaming this one so people can watch and learn.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll learn much, but they can watch.
So this training session is about medical, right?
It's very basic medical, yes.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm glad you joined. You'll be able to get the role as well.
Sweet.
It might surprise you which angle this one will take.
All right, awesome.
When it comes to medical. Let's just say it focuses more on the situation than the actual medical.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Weasel. I never Zeused in Arma 3. But I have Zeused in Reforger, and Reforger was really easy. So I coordinated an op for a 3-part op for AAO, and Seawad gave me a run through of how to do it, and I helped him with game mastering an op that he was setting up, a training session op, and that's all I needed. And then I was able to kind of set up my own op. Now I'm not doing anything complex like Michael is with, you know, building servers and maps, etc. Say again.
Did you see the DM I sent you?
I did, yes. Great news. Yeah, so it's I think there's layers of complexity, but on a standard map, I had a map and I got to pick the mods, lay them out, design the operation, etc. And I had a grand old time, and somebody with some basic knowledge like me was able to pick it up pretty quickly and easily. And it was really easy to manage and do. Do you need me with any particular gear?
Not necessarily, because the practical that we're going to do is going to be, we're not going to have any real life patients here. It's going to be with drums. It's going to be with barrels on the ground, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
So,
nice.
If you think you can bandage that, grab a few bandages, but they're not going to work. So. Funny thing though, like obviously, what's his name? It'll only be Lazy's too drunk. He's not going to make it, which is fine. And another guy, I hadn't spoken to him, but Seawad had just joined up. When I pinged and said we're 40 minutes out from training, he left the Discord. So. Yeah, we were only left with actually a couple. Yeah, but we do have. I can never remember this guy's name. You know, Joe. That's not his real name, but you know Joe that played in that little side op with us.
Yes.
PlayStation.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's joining.
Brilliant.
Aussie Warrior is joining.
Nice. Aussie's great.
And someone, Jazzman.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
So that should be it.
Look, I think these training sessions are really good as well for people to just get to know each other. So I think that's nice as well.
Yeah.
And I think there's always something to learn. Like I was saying that to, I think I was saying to Weasel or Jessman before, like there's always something to learn.
Copping quite a bit of packet loss on this for some reason. I don't know why. Might just be me, but anyway, it's not like it shouldn't be a problem for what we're going to do.
Yeah. Excuse me. Hang on.
I'm going to have to just go and grab my dinner probably 5 minutes before.
No worries. I was eating mine and I got a bit of chili. And it... Just choking on a bit of chili.
I just had like a whole sink worth of chili that I grew.
Oh, and, wow.
Didn't really know what to do with it, so my wife, put it through one of those processors and like grinded it all up and then froze it in like ice trays so we can use it in cooking.
Brilliant. You should make chili jam.
Well, I was looking up a recipe, right, to see like how I could get rid of some of these chilies, and turns out in that chili jam, like they're all tomato based or something, just with a few chilies, and I'm thinking I'm never going to get rid of all this chili like that.
Yeah, I guess so. There are always other ingredients, aren't there? Yeah, good point.
But yeah, I do wish I had some chili jam now.
I love
now
chili
that you
jam.
say it. Me too.
Why can't I jump on this box? Skill issue?
It could be a skill issue. Let me see.
There we go.
Okay. It's not possible. It's not possible. damn it. I'm coming in from a long way here, and I'm coming.
You got this, Michael. We believe in you. I think it's the timing of it. Did you just shoot me?
I didn't. I shot the box.
There you go.
What's so funny?
There you go. Nice. Yay!
I'm not leaving this box.
Weasel was like, God has a skill issue.
Oh, really? Well, I still hit it with my bullet.
And then Zach on the stream was like,
other...
I honestly thought y'all were talking chili, not chili peppers. We are talking chili.
It was chili, full on medium.
Full chili.
Strip chili.
Because we don't say chili peppers. I know chili peppers are a thing, but they're like the...
Alright, this is not...
You got this. Lord Michael,
No,
Lord Michael, Lord Michael, Lord Michael.
That's not happening anymore.
Are you sure? You're lining up looking like... It looks like you're going to try again.
I'll attempt it when you turn around. You and however many other people are with you.
Only three. There are only three of us.
Yeah, but I don't want to get embarrassed in front of Zach. He's on there all the time. It's normally just me and Zach.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
Who's
so
Zach? Is he sniper?
Yes, Zach is sniper, and he said, "I do love my hearty bowl of chili." So chili in the US, I think, is like a bowl of minced spicy meat, and with beans and stuff. Whereas what we call chili in Australia is the plant chili, which I think is what Zach is referring to as chili peppers.
Yeah, it's straight chili off the plant.
I'm multilingual.
Jesus Christ, you sound like you got some dog issues there, Athena.
I do. It's called having dogs. I've got one that if somebody even looks at within 50 metres of where I live, he goes off. And I've got the other one who, if she hears anything, she usually sits under my desk. And when she runs out, she's pretty giant breed of dog. And everything goes with her. Like it's a whole thing. Oh, look at you.
Oh, you're not going to believe... Hang on. You're not going to believe this? That was okay. Anyway, that aside, yeah, this is going to be a difficult training actually in vanilla without the mods that the training actually refers a lot to.
How to jump on this box?
Well, to be honest, while it's just me and you here, if anyone can't jump box, they probably should be here.
Which is at the moment you and me.
That's it. So let's just leave the server.
We passed. I saw it. We were both on the box.
Okay. Let's tell them that we did get on that box. First time.
Oh my God! Say to this is your what is it? Hazing. It's a horrible word. I feel like it's getting like the jump at the right distance. Oh, I jumped over the box.
Athena, I'm just going to go check on this server and get my dinner.
No worries.
Which I think you already know what it'll be. And I shall be back.
See, it's really interesting. I lock my dogs up at night, so nobody hears them at all, and they don't hear anything. They get locked in the garage overnight. So there's no barking when they go to sleep. I totally got it. I got it the first 5 tries. But we all saw it. Lord Michael, it took him too many times, let's be honest. There we go. I'm looking down on the Lord. Sorry about that, everyone. Had a little bit of drama. We're just looking... oh. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
What?
Yep, Jess man, over here. Over here. On the box. To your right, to your right. Yep, there you go.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry, mate. Michael was AFK and I had a bit of drama, so I had to go away from everything for a moment.
Quite all right. Quite all right. No, the reason I'm so late is I was explaining to a new player all of the advanced controls.
Nice.
No excuses, Jess, man. No excuses.
Sorry, boss.
How's the server running?
Fine. Heard the knock on wood.
That's right. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you about that.
Chillax. Yeah, no, probably best. Enough, honey. Calm down. Sorry.
I'll take your advice, I think, and delete all the loadouts next time it stops or on restart in the morning. And probably just tweak my JSON a little bit more as well and just see how it runs tomorrow. I don't know what else I can do.
That's going to be a pain in the ear, isn't it, tweaking the JSON?
Oh, not really. I'm just moving the positions of the actual mods, yeah.
It's interesting, is it? Because JSON's based on Java, isn't it? Or it's based on C++? Like, it confuses me where the origin of it.
It's C++, I think. I don't think it's Java.
Because the J in JSON stands for JavaScript. I'm like, why the heck is it in there? You know?
Yeah, I know they use it for Java, but I don't really know what the connection is though between it.
Same, yeah. It makes me scratch my brain, I tell you. I mean, all of it, though, like, I've got barely any experience programming C. I did Python and HTML back when I was in high school, but that was, like, what, almost 10 years ago? No, it is 10 years ago now. I graduated 2015. Oh, God, no, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I got no experience with it. The good thing is that a Reforger console will tell you where the error is in your JSON file if you've actually got something wrong.
Ooh.
Like missing a comma or, I don't know, there's lots of things that can be wrong. It will sort of give you a hint as to what the error is in your JSON.
Yeah, the procedural nodes part scares the absolute crap out of me. Because I'm trying to understand how nodes works in the Blender, and then you've got nodes working in bloody the Infusion engine or tools. That's it, tools. Yeah, see, I'm learning.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't spent much time in Blender, although I have. I'd done. To be honest, it was doing my head in. All I'd done was patch in Blender. It was just doing my head in. Like, yeah, I just don't have the time for Blender.
I'll pass you a picture of what I've been working on. It's just a tutorial so far, but.
Michael, I'm up here to prove a point.
I was ignoring you, actually.
Oh, what's new?
Do you want me to show you how to prove a point?
Go on. Hail Lord Michael.
That's how I prove a point.
Oh, mighty Lord. I bow before your greatness.
We are actually gonna need that. I think Jessamine was were you using that arsenal?
No, I think. Oh.
Hello, can you hear me? Is it working? Hello? Hello?
Were you using the arsenal?
No, I just tapped it. Yeah. No, that's just a tutorial I've been following. It isn't that great. The topology I made was just god awful, but I've been learning about the sub D, and so I plan to sub D my next project. But I then have to bake the LODs, and that's just going to be fun because I'd like to make roughly 3 to 7 LODs, so it's properly optimized for Reforger, because like the M998 or the Humvee that uses 3 to 4 LODs, and then the new LAV uses about the 7 LODs. So I'm going to try to see what I can do with that. But I am very much motivated to see the project to completion.
Yeah, good to hear that. It looks good what you've done. How many hours have you got in that?
Oh, mate, my workflow is atrocious. I've probably been working on that ever since I'd say about October. So I just completed the exterior. I've been doing it quite casually. I'll then start working on the interior, and that'll probably take me about 2 months if I start focusing on it. But I'm also going to start the exterior sub D on my Bushmaster, or at least my guide mesh first, before I then re-topologize all of it again.
Are there any models you can start with for the Bushmaster?
Yeah, but I just really wanted to just do it from start to finish. I know the Sugar Kush is working on his. He'll probably get his out before me, but those are the boys who run with the Oz server. So I don't know if he's intent on making that public. I would assume so, or else he might just be keeping it on their server.
No, he'll definitely make it public.
Hopefully. But there will be a Bushmaster out soon, but I'm going to make a 6x6 Oshkosh Bushmaster as well. Eventually work on the NZDF one, because they have a Bushmaster 5.5 that has the doors at the front, because that will be used for the logistics Bushmaster as well, and a possible MLRS Bushmaster, because they're starting work on that as well. So that's eventually further down in the pipeline. But right now I'm just making a basic Bushmaster that's got no guns, and that it stores eight people in the back, two at the front. Its animations are the rear door opens and closes, the suspension moves, the CV joints roll, and the axle rolls as well. The steering works properly. The driver in the animation, he's able to use the handbrake where it is in the vehicle, and the sticks when they work correctly as well. So I've already planned it out in my head. It'll take me a while, because I'm really good at goal orientating and trying to achieve those points. It's just my workflow is going to take a while. That's all.
Well, Jess, man, you just need to start.
I have. I've started, but yes, I agree.
Well, this training may not go ahead, I'm afraid.
I concur that might be possible. I don't think they're going to show up, unfortunately.
So Lazy, we know, is not coming. Joe has got some, he's got some internet issues, and can't get in contact with Aussie, but I would assume he'd be here. So it's not a complete waste of time, and because I haven't done the basic medical yet,
feel free to rush me through. I'll be more than clean.
Yeah, no, obviously you've already read the document. We won't go through the complete document, but if you don't mind, I'll just give you a sort of rundown in what I want to do in this training, see what you think about it.
Absolutely.
Athena, have you read that basic medical document?
Negative.
Well, if you just sit through this rundown for 10 to 15 minutes and then promise to read that later, then we'll be able to issue the basic medical training just to us three.
Yep. You can re-go through it if you want. I'm perfectly fine with it.
Just very roughly. Just very, very roughly. I don't want to sit here for 45 minutes reading through it when... Well, I already know you've read it, and we don't have any new recruits or anything. So, yeah, I don't want to waste our time doing that. But I do just want to get your opinion of the actual training, like what I'm going to do here and the examples I'm going to show.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
If you can just give me 2 minutes just to double check this server, and then we'll get started.
Hey, Jess, man, just a heads up, I'm live streaming this as well.
Okie dokie.
And Jess, man, just to keep yourself occupied, as a test of your armor skill and competency, you're required to jump onto this box.
Parkour.
Parkour! Parkour! Nice. Weasel says hi, by the way.
Hi, Weasel. How's the other server?
Just so you know, Jess, that took you fewer times than Lord Michael.
How long did he take? I'm scared.
You can watch the live stream to find that out. You can go back and watch the video.
I can now understand why this course takes an hour and a half. I'm pretty sure an hour of that is him trying to jump on the...
Look, it was enough of a time where we agreed to not talk about it.
Gotcha.
But of course I broke that.
No, that's wrong.
It's too funny to keep to myself.
Naughty, naughty. I think my kit's all good to go.
You got a kit?
Yeah. You can have a look. Hang on.
What's in your
It's on the ground.
Ooh, nice. Oh, so it's kit minus ace.
Yeah. It's the vanilla right now, so...
Nice.
Yeah, the other thing I noticed with that server, right, is the crashes happen in the peak time always, which is like mid-afternoon. Once it gets through that mid-afternoon, it seems to run all night, and it runs all morning, which is really strange.
The mornings I've noticed are quite nice. On the occasions I have jumped on, it's been smooth. I've had there's barely any dropouts, there's barely any DCs, to be honest, around there.
Yeah, I mean, there's
you
only
would
13
expect nothing
people
less
on there
from
now,
me than
but
to
I don't. I'm hopeful we don't get a crash tonight, but it just makes things really hard to work out what the problem is. Because,
he would laugh in my absence.
For 90% of the time, it's running fine, and then you get a couple of crashes always after that. Always around
2:30,
so 2:30 to 4:30, like in that range, which is very annoying. But anyway, it is what it is.
Wouldn't it be funny if there's something with the server provider and they were doing cloud backups at that time for their response and recovery? Like it had nothing to do with what was on your server.
Not be funny.
Like I think that would be really interesting.
Yeah, already looked into that.
Yeah, right.
Because ANZAC and TPM are using the same one. So they're not getting it. It's just that one server. Even my other 2 servers, it's not happening to. So they're not crashing at all. And they've got all mods on, including Ace. So I don't know. It's really weird. Anyway, if you want to walk this way...
Follow me.
No, Jess, you said to walk this way. There you go. Oh, you're doing a moonwalk.
Slow it down a little. That's a bit dark.
Whoa.
It's a bit dark in here. We'll just move up a little here.
Calm down.
So yeah, Athena, this will be beneficial to you, even though I'm going to skip a lot of it and just get you to read the document afterwards.
Yeah, roger.
But I'm just going to go through how I'm going to do this. So my intention is to start in here. Just give me 1 sec.
I can't seem to see the document. Are you able to, Athena, or?
Where is it?
He might have
Is it under
uploaded someplace else. That could be.
Might
That could very well be.
guides. He's got a training guides channel.
The link is in the event.
Got ya. Scrolling back up.
Yeah.
I see it.
I did make some changes after we spoke. I made a few minor changes after that. So I had to it was a different document that I had to share, so the original one was not there.
Yeah,
Got ya.
But anyway, yeah, so my intention is to start off by going through just the hierarchy, really. And hierarchy is, in an MCI situation, the medic takes control of the situation. So he has control even over the section leader in an MCI situation only. I don't know how you feel about the two or more casualties to declare an MCI. So I'm thinking of a call sign here of 8 members or less, and 2 is what I've done in the past in other groups. So if you have 2 members uncon, you declare an MCI, and in that situation the medic will take control of the squad and organise it in whichever he sees the most safest.
Yep, Rog.
I'm missing a whole heap here, Athena. So
That's
yeah,
all right, I'll read it.
You can go through that yourself. I'm just sort of doing a bit of an overview here.
All good.
And next, I talk about casualty collection points, or CCPs, which I have an example set up over there. If we can go have a quick look at that, but just first, so yeah, it basically talks about setting up an area to treat patients and a recovery room, and to make sure, so this is where the medic comes in around taking control of the squad. He needs to secure that area. He'll position people around his CCP to secure it. If you've come for a walk over this way, I've got a rough example set up. So yeah, some of my AI have moved, which is all good.
Bad AI.
So yeah, in this situation, I'm assuming that we're taking outside here, where we've pulled back into this area here, and these 2 blue barrels are representing some casualties. So what the medic has done is positioned some of these riflemen at the entrances here to secure the area, while the medics are treating patients.
Yeah.
It's pretty much secured it. He can do whatever else he needs to do. He can get them to throw smoke if we're just being absolutely hammered here, but in most situations he'll find a fairly safe spot, so it's just really providing security. And then in this second room, I've set up two more casualties who are just recovering. So he's had people move them out of there and get them out of his way. He's only working on the uncon patients out here. Outside that door, there is more riflemen looking after that. So he's pretty much taken the whole squad here, and we're pretty much locked down in an MCI situation. Not the best example because these AI have moved around a little bit, but that's what I want to do, is sort of show a CCP and how it's set up, just so that everyone's aware of when the medic takes control of a situation. That's why he's either got the section leader down or he's got two casualties. It pretty much stops a section.
And so I think that's also something that's really interesting, people often don't understand, is that the medic can become the 2IC. Where there's a team leader, if you've got a medic in the team, that medic can often be that 2IC role.
Yeah, I mean it's the most important role in the section. All right, we'll go back. I don't need to really go through anything else here. We're not going to go right through this. I've actually got an exercise set up as well that we won't go through, but I'll explain it to you just so you sort of know what is going to happen here in the training. Have you got that document open, Athena, now?
Negative.
Sorry. Can you, in training guides, I put that screenshot. Can you just have a look at that screenshot? So the next part that I'm going to go through here and explain is the doctor's CABC procedure, which sort of is the guideline of how I want to do it, like within our private ops. This is how I want it handled, and it pretty much goes through those letters, so DRS, CABC, and I've got that screenshot in there so you can have a look at what they are. The first one, which is D, which is danger, so it's secure the area pretty much, so throw smoke, make sure you've got members around that can provide security. That's before you do any treatment. We're making sure we're not in danger, because there's no point in getting shot yourself trying to save someone. It just defeats it. Then you've got two members down, you've got the medic calling an MCI and just stopping the section from even moving. So if it's one member down and it's not safe to get to him, then it's not safe. That's pretty much the end of it. If you can throw smoke, if you can carry him out of there, that's fine. But yeah, danger is the number one, if it's safe to get in and do it. And number two is response, which is it's more so a situation if you're working with a buddy, or if you're working in pairs or three people and they're in rooms like this one here, just to the side, as you can't actually see them. Obviously, if it all goes quiet, you don't know if they're up or down. So response is just, if you suspect someone's down, just asks, are they okay there?
Can you hear me? Open your eyes. What's your name? Squeeze my hand.
And then, yeah, third, which is C, control bleeding, obviously. You need to control the bleeding before you do anything else. One thing about this training is it doesn't actually cover the basic medical, but I kind of done that on purpose because we go through it in our BCT. So we cover the procedures of just how to heal someone in the BCT. So this kind of covers it a little bit, but most people that join here should already know that part. But yeah, C, which is the third part, control bleeding. So if we haven't given any drugs, no saline, all we're doing is putting tourniquets and bandaging. So tourniquet the limbs, bandage head and torso, and then we're okay to proceed to the next part. The next part, which is A, is not in Reforger yet, which is airways. So I left it in here. Obviously, it's part of this procedure, but and it will be in Reforger. It will come. So down the track, that will have some use. And then after airways, because obviously if someone's uncon and their airway, if they've got an airway issue, that needs to be sorted out before blood or saline. After airways is blood. So in Reforger, that's saline. It will be blood in Reforger in the future, but it's saline right now. So right now we've secured the area. We're treating the patient. We know they're uncon. We've controlled the bleeding, and we are giving blood. The next step, which is C, is circulation, which is also not in Reforger, but you know it's coming, Athena. You've had to play around with it. And then the last step, which is drugs. So it's pretty much we control the bleeding, and we give blood, and then we give drugs. That's pretty much it.
That's my favourite step.
That's everyone's favourite step, is the drugs.
Nah, mine's airways.
Some medics yeah, okay. Have you seen the selection of drugs that are coming?
It's not my jam.
Okay, fair enough.
Things
anyway.
to keep the heart rate up, things to keep the heart rate down, things to wake people up, things to stop people from overdosing.
Yeah. Things to overdose.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pretty much will probably spend majority of the training on that section that we just went through, so the doctor's ABC steps.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I want to focus it around. If people just follow those steps, the medical situations that we get in will be handled better.
Mitigated quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's never all that easy in game when you're under pressure, especially on a public conflict server, but in ops that should be a bit nicer. But yeah, I think it's a good procedure to follow anyway, and I think it's fairly easy because you can literally have it on a card like I've got in that screenshot.
Yep.
And then the last part, I go over here and just keep in mind that this particular training is more so just for standard section members, more so than medics. Medics will have a more advanced training once Reforger adopts some of that stuff. This is more so for section members to learn how to handle those situations. So that takes me on to the last part, which is handing over a patient to the medic and giving the correct information. Pretty much I go through that you should give a little bit of an update to the medic about the patient, what you've done and what you've given them.
Yeah.
So if I was working on a patient, if I was working on a patient and Jessman come up behind me in combat, I would tell him that I've bandaged all the limbs. He still has a tourniquet on his leg. I've given him saline and I've given him morphine, one dose. At least he knows where to pick up from there, and he'll know that, okay, he's pretty much taken care of. He'll just need an epi, and then we can take him to recovery.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the extent of the actual theory part. I expect that to run for around half an hour to 45 minutes when I go through the entire document with a group.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Hey, Jordan.
Oh, yeah, no.
This is a training session.
Yeah,
so,
it could take up to an hour, but just say 45 minutes. And then what I've got is an MCI situation set up, so not far from here. I had 4 or 5 more of those blue barrels, which are representing some casualties and a whole heap of AI that are under attack. And what we were going to do for a bit of a practical is move in there. We got vehicles just outside side here, ambulance, a couple of Humvees. So we would move from this location down to that MCI situation and pretty much take control of it. So secure the area, smoke out, look after those patients, which I expect that to probably take another half an hour to 45 minutes, that section.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the entire course. I mean, it is only a basic medical really for section members, but it's mainly around the procedure more so than how to do medical, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep. Should maybe rename it though.
Why is that?
Because basic medical training could be interpreted to mean like how to actually be a medic, whereas it might be useful to make it a bit more specific.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would rename it to, but I see what you're saying. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know what you think about the
It's really
way
interesting.
that I want to do it.
The pondering a name right now, but I'll place the pin in that one. The fantastic, you've placed in the right amount of practical application and also the documentation. Obviously, you don't want to bore them too much if that's the right way. I think that's a bit harsh wording, but it's perfect. I think you've got the right amount of practical understanding, providing examples, and allowing them to learn by actually doing it. I've got a few tidbits I'll have a chat with you afterwards about, but it's great.
Yeah, no worries. Well, that's pretty much all it's going to entail. So I think as long as people can just take out of it that procedure and try to implement it, I think we'll have some success with it.
Yeah, and I think the more we can remind people and like the combination of these sorts of sessions, plus also when we're actually running an operation, actually having those moments where people can practice this as well. So if we're running a training op, having a medical element to it, having an element to it that requires a CCP, etc., will help cement it in brains.
Yeah, it's kind of the reason why I don't like to put too much AI down on the ground in ops. Like, I like to put more down actually live while we're running it, because you've seen AI, like, they will come to gunfire. So if the squad does get... if the squad gets overwhelmed and they're trying to do something like this, they could be in a world of pain with a whole heap of AI coming. So
Exactly.
Yeah, in ops, I prefer to keep a little bit of control over that and actually give them the time to do what they need to do. And then if you see them not doing the right thing, maybe hit them with a couple of AI just to remind them.
If I can interject, introductory to medical procedures or introductory to medical support, or just even abbreviate that down to the medical support training or the medical procedures training. Up to you.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think it's got to have something. You got to have medical in there. I mean, it's the medical procedure.
Yeah.
I think that little bit more specific, I think, will help people then see the value and the importance of it.
Yeah.
It's incredibly valuable training, and it's the paramount to the effective operation of a group, and it's there for the ultimate goal of reducing casualties in field and in operation. And I think that should also be stated at the front of objective there, because that's the entire reason of the training is to reduce casualties in field, and it's providing that information to your average the digger to be able to
and these type of procedures do work in like public conflict as well. because, I mean, obviously, if someone goes down and you run in there by yourself, there's a high chance you're going to get shot. They just got shot there. So if you work out how to secure the area before you go in, at the end of the day, if they die, they die in the meantime, but at least you're doing it safely, and you will get to them eventually. It's just whether they're still alive when you get there. And it can work in that situation as well.
So just so I can understand, are you having these people taking the role of the first aider, or are they taking the role of the group?
What do you mean?
So the student who's coming into this group, are they learning what the first aider in that operation does, or are they learning what the infantry
Hi, stream,
soldier
for anyone
is
who is
going
joining.
to do?
We are
in a
discussing
situation
the
like that?
design of a
it's for the
medical
section member,
process
so it's for
training course.
You know, your rifleman, your MG, your AT,
so
like all
this is
those
about,
guys that are running in a section.
in the event
this is
of
how we're going to handle it if this
a,
situation happens, because
you
it
know,
will
major
happen to
medical
everyone.
incident, that the medic
They'll
takes
all be
control,
in the situation where they have someone go
secures
down
the
beside
area,
them.
So
and then
in
follows the
the
medical
practical
process.
training to conduct
So
that event,
just some interesting information here for people if this
is
is of
each
interest to
person
you.
going to
I will get back
individually
into a battle
go
soon.
go through that, or
So
is it group
after
training?
this, I will take a quick break, and then
good
I will
question.
be back on for the
I was a
evening.
bit stumped on that one.
And
So
we'll be
it is a
jumping
group
onto
training,
our
and the
map, which is a
casualties are
Chinaris
already
map.
there.
Yeah.
So we're moving in to handle the situation pretty much. We're going to provide security. So we will allocate a medic amongst us, but majority of the people that show up there will be providing security and just securing the area.
Yeah. And so is that going to be that they're acting as a part of the response effort, or are they, or are you going to initiate an MCI, and then that group has to then mitigate that whilst the response effort is occurring?
Now, in this situation, we are responding to another section that's down. It was just the only way I could sort of. I went through a
half
different.
an hour makes the sense then. So, are you going to just do the practical part once, explain it all through, or else are you going to pass them a training run first, explain it all through, and then give them a go at the response after all of that information has been imparted onto them?
Yeah, so my intention is to run through it exactly how we just did. So we will start with the theory, and we will have a look at the CCP that we've got set up.
Yeah.
We'll come back here and do exactly what we did. The only difference is that we'll now leave here and go do the practical.
Yeah.
I intended for tonight, and I intend in the future to be very light with the AI in that, by the way. I'm not going to overwhelm them.
The question I'm just asking is how many times are you planning to go through that training, the scenario in a group, basically? So is it just the once? Is it twice? Is it as many times as they need? Like, what's the thing there in regards to your method?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I missed your question. I get it now. So the intention is to do that.
I structured things weirdly.
No, the intention is to go through it once in a practical exercise, and then we'll be able to stand around and discuss what just happened and have a quick discussion about it. We can rerun any parts if we have to, but it's mainly just to have a discussion about what we just did. It's really just about putting some of those things into action, just to try and help people remember it a little bit more.
Well, then in that case, it's going to take roughly 15 minutes to half an hour. So your 45's the bit over. In my opinion, you'll be surprised at how quick you guys can run through that. If it's a great group, if it's a bad group, it'll be about half an hour.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest with you, I'll sit here for 2 or 3 hours with someone if they want to.
Of course.
My main point that I just want to get across is just to secure the area, take away the danger, and then work on your medical rather than just rushing in to try and pick people up and save them. I just want people to get that danger part in their mind every time they approach those.
No, everything you've done is absolutely. I think it'll work. It'll work well, and you've explained it in a way that makes sense. So I think that it is incredibly beneficial training.
Yeah, I can't wait to actually run with the group. I think it'll be pretty good to watch them do that.
Anything you'd like to add there, or?
No, I'm all good. That all sounds really good. I love it. I think it's great.
Nice. All right. Well, there isn't much point in us staying on this server then.
I'll have a quick chat with you in private there, Michael.
I'll head off.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no worries.
fellas.
Okay, please, only if I say please.
Yeah.
I'll catch you on the other server there, Athena.
Yep, I'll take a half hour or so break and then I'll be on.
That sounds like a smart
I'll
idea.
see you in there later too.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Thanks, everyone. So I will take a half-hour break. I hope you found that interesting and learned something. I think there's some really interesting information in there. And I know a lot of people who jump on our server are new to ARMA Reforger, and we've got a lot of new PS4 players and just broadly new players. So that sort of information is really interesting and can be helpful. When we're on the server, we get a lot of questions like that. So I just thought it'd be interesting to share. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's certainly not what everyone might be coming in to see. But at least we've got it captured and you can come back to it at any time, or people can come back to it at any time. I am just going to take a quick break. I will be back on. Just give me about half an hour or so. And then I will be back on and I will jump on the